Hey guys, and welcome to our review for Birds of Prey, directed by Kathy Yan, starring Margot Robbie, Ewan McGregor, as well as several others: Journey Smollett-Bell, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Ella J. Basco, and Chris Messina as well as Zaz. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Phil Clark.
Took me like 40 minutes to recognize Chris Messina. I was like, holy shit.
True.
Beach Blonde is in.
Bleach.
Also joining us is Tyler Sapolsky.
Took me about 5 seconds to see Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Nice. Also joining us, Adam Franey.
Yeah, took me no time to recognize
All of the cast.
and their coordinating characters.
Interesting.
Phil, can you give us a little synopsis of Birds of Prey
Yeah.
and the fantabulous emancipation of the one Harley Quinn?
Thank you. Great title read.
Yes.
It's open season on Harley Quinn after her explosive breakup with the Joker. Harley then finds a young girl in the center of the criminal world and must decide whether to help this young girl or help herself.
Fuck,
Nice.
man. You guys are on point today, both of you.
Birds of Prey,
Firing.
Margot Robbie's baby, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, let's start with you.
I don't want to have a bird or anything.
Stop
What are your thoughts about Birds of Prey?
Yeah, edit that out.
We'll fix it in post.
My thoughts, eh?
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Did you like Suicide Squad?
No.
Did you like Harley Quinn, though?
Bit of a dumpster fire. Yeah, I did. I think Margot Robbie is a Ryan Reynolds Deadpool level fit to play
Interesting.
Harleen Quinzel, if you will.
Quinzel.
Quinzel. This movie I enjoyed. Yes, I thought it was a very fun,
Interesting.
funny action movie.
Not a dumpster fire.
No, it's quite the step up.
Is it a dumpster?
No,
Is
but
it,
I
is it
certainly
fire?
didn't love it.
It wasn't fun.
No.
Not fire.
Yeah.
All right, we're narrowing it down.
It's so fun. You know what this movie is? It's something that DC in their shared universe has yet to deliver. A fun fucking action movie. Apparently the hardest thing to make in Hollywood.
Do you think Shazam was fun?
No. I hate Shazam.
Did you think Wonder Woman was fun?
No. I thought it was very serious and very dark.
Fair.
Like Man of Steel before it. And I thought Aquaman was bad. And I thought
Wow. Hot takes.
Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman and Justice League were also bad.
I would agree.
Thank you.
You know
Yeah.
I would.
I had a blast.
You had a fun time.
That Margot, like I said, was born to play Harley Quinn. Super charismatic. She brings the character to life. It felt like a comic book, unlike a lot of DC movies. It literally felt like the source material where I was like, okay, at least they're nailing Harley Quinn like from page to screen. And I can't say that about anything else they've done. Right? Joker notwithstanding. And I don't love the concept of a Birds of Prey movie. Like, it's a D-list comic book property. But if you're going to do it...
So is Guardians of the Galaxy.
So is Guardians of the Galaxy, exactly. If you're going to do it, like if this is what they're rolling with, we're going to do a Harley Quinn-led film, I don't think it could be way better than this. Like, I just had...
They're pretty close to the mark.
Yeah, I had a blast. Like, the action, the fight choreography I thought was great. They
brought in the fight choreographer from John Wick.
Exactly.
Chad Stahelski.
I thought that was a great choice. Yeah.
All the like limbs being bent the wrong way.
Yeah.
Right.
When she's
had that
teeing
vibe.
off with that metal baseball bat and just
John Wick
absolutely
vibes.
crunching bone. Yeah, which brings me to didn't really realize that it was rated R like until sitting in the theater, until we see who also didn't know Victor Zsasz was even in this movie, but we see a nice face peeling, which I thought was great. We looked at each other, and we were like horrified.
Complete disgust.
Like, it takes a lot of skill
It does.
to do that.
Fully
surprisingly,
intact.
like it looked like a rubber mask. Right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
It. I couldn't believe it. I've literally always wanted a dog, named Bruce Wayne, so that really hit a personal note for me.
Wasn't it just Bruce though?
Yeah, I thought it was just Bruce.
Well, it's named after.
It was also a hyena, but we just skipped over that point.
I really wanted.
It wasn't a
hyena.
dog. It was a hyena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a dog.
Doesn't change anything. He still wants a hyena named Bruce.
Yeah, I do.
It's like when you see photos of people that are like, oh, just save this stray dog, and it's like a coyote.
Yeah.
It's a giant wolf.
I thought it looked great. Also, like looked real.
Yeah, it did look real.
I was like legitimately scared that Margot Robbie's gonna get her face bitten off. Yeah, and it was just I don't know. I just thought it was cleverly written, funny, fun action movie. Not reinventing the wheel at all, but it had that female Deadpool vibe to it, which I mean is a compliment. And McGregor was on 11, just chewing on the scenery.
Yeah.
He was not great. I thought he
Serviceable.
was serviceable, I guess. Yeah. I want to know what you guys thought.
Well, Phil, let's jump over to you. What are your thoughts?
I agree with a lot of what Adam said.
Yeah.
I think when Margot Robbie was on screen, when there's action going on,
Yes.
when there's like a spectacle, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. It was a good time. Any time where the movie wasn't doing one of those things, I felt it was a bit of a lull.
Yeah.
You definitely feel Margot Robbie like bring something just because of her absence. You can tell like when she's not there, you're kind of like okay, like
Like when you get the cop, like the
I like
female
that.
cop.
the whole cop thing. I
Oh,
was like, I'm
Rosie Perez.
What's
Yeah.
carrying it now?
She was lacking for me. She was
one of
Shake
those
my
effective
balls
part
for
of the
this.
absolutely.
Funny, right?
Yeah, she's just like drinking constantly. I'm like
Well said.
we've
Thank
been
you.
here.
Yeah.
I will say one of my favorite parts of the movie is that breakfast sandwich at the beginning.
Unreal.
It was one of those things where like
That's funny.
you like see it and like you instantly want to eat it.
Yeah.
And, like that's one of the things about food in movies. If you don't want to eat it, it's like
It was like
Oh,
chef level, like food porn in the
Holy
beginning,
fuck.
right?
I haven't-
they're cracking those
Like,
eggs.
oh,
I'm like,
It
Jesus
was close up,
Christ.
like high def. You're like,
yeah,
oh,
Jeez.
that egg.
This movie was a lot like that egg sandwich for me.
yeah. And
Had a
some
million before, you know the analogy.
some of the
I was
colors
gonna say like
too
it looked good, but then it got
Fell apart.
it fell apart. Yeah.
got thrown on the road and run over by a truck.
I'd still eat it.
Yeah, Ewan was Ewan.
Yeah.
I actually like that he was hamming it up because usually he plays like a good guy. He plays the protagonist.
Yeah.
And in this, he was like the goofy, campy villain, which I thought
Fuck.
it just seemed like a fun role for him. I don't know.
He
I liked
reminded
it.
me a lot of when you've seen The Island.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It's been
his
a decade.
his
Michael Bay's.
the original like the non I can't really get into it. I guess it's been fucking 10 years. Fuck it. If you haven't seen The Island, go see it.
Would it come out in 2002?
No.
Yeah, the original, not the clone Ewan
2004?
McGregor. The original Ewan McGregor. It reminded me a lot of him, like very
There's
upbeat.
clones in that movie?
The
Yeah, you know what I mean,
I
right?
know what
Have
you're
you
talking
seen
about,
the
yeah.
movie?
I'll bail you out.
Thank you.
Yeah. I know exactly what he's talking about.
He had that same level of insanity.
That like snappy, like
Yeah.
yeah.
He was a bit bizarre, but I thought
A bit.
it was just that part was weird. But I overall I was like watching it and I was like, you know what, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying
you.
this. I haven't really to like jump off what you said. I haven't really enjoyed a
jump
DC
off.
movie in a while. It's been like not Joker notwithstanding, like a DC branded, like from source material to screen, like
I thought that was over.
Few and far
So-
between.
Did you guys know like the DC universe was still intact and moving forward?
no.
The fact
I was
that
so confident.
It's
that it
moving
was-
forward. It's not intact though.
I thought with this, like when this came out, I was just like, so they're not resetting. They're just gonna keep going with this, I guess.
Just nose to the
I
grindstone.
thought Joker
baby.
was the reset.
That's what I thought.
No.
I
And
was
then this
so
came out.
confident that we would never get like a.
Unless they're reintroducing the Joker.
Well, I don't. Is that spoiler? Talking about no.
Well, we can get into spoilers.
He's referenced.
I have a feeling that they're being very selective with how they move forward, and I think they're just like they're not sticking to like a certain code or a certain universe. They're picking and choosing standalone movies that they think that have someone behind them, like Margot Robbie executive producing. That it's her passion project.
She was very, very much pushing this project to the screen, right?
It's a different
Am I
movie. I
right?
mean, it's all female, like pretty much all the characters except the villain, Ewan McGregor, and Zaz.
I thought the other girls were great also. I didn't
Yeah.
mention
Yeah.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead is great.
Yeah.
And Black Canary, can't think of her
I
name.
like Journey Smollett Bell. I thought she
What's
was
her name?
she was a standout. Like she kind of stole her scenes.
Black
I
Canary,
liked
is
it.
that
Yeah,
Black
Black
Canary?
Canary.
Yeah.
Black Canary,
Yeah.
it's really good.
I
She
thought-
done anything else?
She's done a few stuff on TV, I believe.
But no, nothing big picture.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I thought Mary Elizabeth Winstead was fine, but she wasn't in it as much as I was hoping she was going to
Very
be.
underused.
Right? And she had some
I
good
agree.
action scenes, but her character just was kind of like a half-baked, like, kind of character trope. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of a weird character.
I'll go fuck myself, yeah.
Yeah. I like her. I like her, don't get me wrong, but I just thought...
I thought her awkwardness was really funny. Like all her like super awkward reactions. Like, oh yeah, okay, I guess I
Do
will
one of
do that.
these, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a little...
I thought it was a little over the top.
Okay, we didn't like her.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
shit.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
that's cool.
she's
That's
shit.
I
cool.
don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I
Fuck me.
couldn't stand
I
her
get
either.
it, you know.
There's a line I think you can push that awkward thing to a line, and then you just overdo the awkward thing. It's like, oh, every interaction is awkward
Like,
because she
that's
doesn't
all her
understand it.
character.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like you can like have a mix. Like she obviously talked to people. Like it's not like
She's the Drax of this with
Yeah.
like the not getting the sarcasm.
Overall,
Yeah.
though, Phil, what...
I liked it.
You liked it.
I liked it. I'll get more into it later, but I liked it.
Good.
Ty, what do you think? We haven't heard much of your thoughts.
As always, you're an enigma, so I'd love to know.
What did I think?
Could
Kids,
be
so if
could
you
be a
love
0,
it,
could be a
hate it.
5,
Could be a
could be a
Mary
7.
Elizabeth Winstead's in it.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. So that's giving me poised to give it a 5.
Already, it's already out of 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're,
we-
we're starting at a 4, and
Really?
we'll see where it goes from there. Ewan McGregor, I love Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
4.5.
So we're pushing towards a 5 here.
DC though, you got a doc couple for that.
We got to dock
That's
just
a full
about
star.
everything.
Resident DC hater.
So what are we at?
Oops.
Heavy 3? What are we
Back
at
to
now?
start. No, we're at a firm 0 right now. What I thought this was a very, very fun movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I had quite a couple of issues with it.
Yeah, quite a couple.
I'm not
Quite a
mad.
couple.
I'm not mad at this.
I
I'm not
think
mad at
my
this.
biggest problem was that I wish the movie was snappier. Like it seemed like there was a lot, like stuff was just going on, but it seemed bland and almost missing. I wanted more style to the film.
Really?
Like
That shocks me.
I
I thought
thought
it was rather snappy and stylish.
there was some,
myself.
but it
Be on
wasn't.
your boat.
Is there was enough there for it to be like, okay, yeah, this like has the same sort of feel as the Suicide Squad, you know, with like with the names popping up and stuff like that. But it just seemed like all the fight choreography was great, but it was more or less the actual camera angles or the actual camera usage that I had a problem
The
with.
cinematography.
Yes, some might say. I'm not sure if that's is that a term?
Yeah, Cinebiz, they refer to
Okay.
it as.
Cinematography,
such.
I had a problem with. I just feel like they're maybe behind someone with more behind the hands of someone with more of a flair as a director.
Yeah.
Not saying this person doesn't have flair, just maybe not the right flair for this film. Like,
I mean, Kathy Yan directed, and she basically has done nothing of note.
She's
I
a
mean, she's done a
female.
couple. I don't know if they're
I'm
short
here all
films
week, guys.
Yeah.
or really small like indie films.
Yeah.
Like only a couple.
Shorts.
So
Shorts.
she seems like a gun for hire
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
director.
Like, say if we had
I don't know.
I was talking to Franny before this, and it was I asked if David Ayer had his hand in this, and because I remember he was tied to it either somehow or at least the previous he wanted to do Suicide Squad 2 or something like
James
that.
Gunn is now.
Um,
yeah.
Is it still what?
James Gunn is now.
James
doing-
Gunn. Okay. See, like that's what I was imagining,
forgot.
like the David Ayer or the James Gunn
I
style.
forgot about that. You guys forget about that?
No.
I mean, I knew. Obviously I know all about the casting about, but honestly, I had forgotten about it.
I thought again this universe was over, right?
And yet
Yeah, weird.
Here we
James
are.
Gunn's doing
Here
it.
Finding a way to
are.
reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I'm
like
not mad,
that's kind of
but-
what I wanted to see though was more of that James Gunn style electric neon like even like an Edgar Wright style sort of snappier movement. Like I just seemed like it was a lot. The cinematography was slower paced than
Do you
anything.
think it was just the cinematography, or you think it was like the writing and the like? Plot
See the
direction?
writing didn't bother me as much. It was I think it was mostly the cinematography than anything. Like
Well, think about it. I mean, it's interesting because I think you know, when you compare some of those movies, like think of like Baby Driver.
Mhm.
There's nothing spectacular about the cinematography in Baby Driver. Like, it is very fine. What is exceptional in Baby Driver is the editing and the writing. Right?
Okay.
That's what gives it that snap. The cinematography, the actual framing is like fine.
Okay.
It's basic,
Right.
yeah.
Like, there's nothing special about that. It's not like you're looking at a painting, but that's not. You don't need that.
Mhm.
When you have that snappy editing where it cuts to like music and they're like shooting guns like in tune with the music.
See, that might be what I have a
certain
problem
certain
with
things like that. I think that comes down to like editing, sound design, other factors.
Yeah.
Did you
I
want
kind of
Bohemian
agree, though.
Rhapsody to the tune of gun cocking and bullet fire?
I want that
There's more potential
with everything,
I
not
know.
just this movie.
I know.
Yeah,
But
there's like
I think there was a potential, and Deadpool I think does this a little bit too, right? I mean,
yeah,
just more kind of snappy, funny, like little things that you might miss.
little quips and
You know,
things like that.
this movie was kind of shot and edited very like straightforward.
Yeah.
with jokes embedded there.
with the like metal
Intended
baseball bat, there was a like soundtrack in the back, and it was like this beat, and she's hitting him like consistently, but like the beats are off.
Yeah,
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Mm.
if you could have, boom, boom.
I'll
boom,
say
and then
it's
it
a
would've,
simple
like,
fix.
I did like the score. Now that you mentioned that,
Yeah,
Love the
this
score.
like I don't know
I liked
erratic electronic like guitar thing. I don't know
Metal.
what it was,
Yeah, it was-
but it was like being in the mind of a mad woman. quite
Yes.
literally, like it.
True.
I loved the score.
There was
And the
actually
soundtrack as
there was
well.
actually a cover of a Dean Martin song "Sway" that was in there.
Yeah.
As
the
soon as I heard
dance
that, I was just like,
cover.
it was great. Like it was perfectly fitting. Like the soundtrack, I was really happy with. All the performances I thought were. I hated Harley Quinn to begin
All the
with.
performances
Right.
were
Like
great.
hated. Like
hated the lead. though.
Okay, let me explain. Let me.
the lead A-lister.
I'll clarify.
Please do.
In Suicide Squad, I hated Harley Quinn.
Great
Ah.
film.
No
Kidding.
shit.
Not good.
But like I don't know. I felt like she was too over the top in.
What bad
Suicide
guys?
Squad?
It's what we do.
Yeah, see, like that was
Hate
too
that.
much
I
for me.
hated that.
And we didn't get that
I
in
didn't
this.
purge that from my brain. Thank you.
Oh,
No problem, guys.
But
I
like,
rewatched some clips of
We
it.
got to see the other side of her in this.
yeah,
film.
she was a little more dialed
She
back.
was like downtrodden, sad.
She's like a person. With
Yeah,
a,
almost,
with a
like,
fucking personality in this movie.
grounded in this. Like it
Yeah.
was.
It started very dark, and I was very into that, and then
Yeah,
Yeah.
it got away from that a little bit, which was, I mean,
which is okay.
it's Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
You're not going to stay.
I was just I
That's
I
We'll
kind of
touch on that.
expected a bit more though. Like I kind of expected a bit more throughout the film of like I don't know maybe a Joker, Batman, like something to kind of just remind you that this is in the DC universe, other than just Harley Quinn and all these people that we've never seen,
I think,
never referenced.
I think that moment was like later in the film with Ewan McGregor. You know,
Okay.
when he like puts on the mask. I mean, we all know he's Black Mask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that moment, I think, was the moment they were going for.
That
the
mask
filmmakers were going
looked
for.
like shit.
yeah, they missed that. They missed that pretty big.
Very
It's
Halloween.
a tough character to
bargain
pull
bin.
off. I mean, when you like think about like a Red Skull, like that
Right.
he looks amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Character when you look at it in a comic book, you're like, okay, how would that work in
Yeah.
live action?
Yeah.
And same with like Black Mask, it's like, okay, how would that work?
hmm
I think
Or Black
This-
Manta to-
it wouldn't.
Mhm.
It didn't work. I don't think it worked in this film.
Agreed.
The look of Black Mask. I love the character from the comics.
Mhm,
But,
mhm.
I think maybe it's in the comics. It seems like he was like kind of like a bigger, like scary looking dude, like
Yeah.
a bulky looking dude. Right?
Yeah.
different stature too.
Intimidating, like
Yeah.
mob boss, sort of.
Yeah, there was just
Less
an
flair.
air of mystery.
Yeah.
Whereas in this,
He
he's
had
like
this flamboyant,
crazy, right?
Yeah.
And
Even Zaz as his like possible lover. I don't know
I don't know.
what's going on there.
I actually love Zaz in this.
No, I did
Zaz
too.
was really
I
good.
think
He's
he
good.
was Zaz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he literally I just saw Zaz. I don't know.
I just remember being like watching and be like, I was like, holy fuck, that's Chris Messina. I was like, Jesus Christ, look at him. Because I thought it was like, no, it's not. And then I was like, holy fuck, it is. Like, that's great. Like, I agree.
I
with
just
Zaz
thought he
was great.
embodied
was
the
great.
character.
It was great. It was great.
I have
The most-
no idea who the fuck Zaz is.
He's that.
Yeah, no, I got that
He's just
part.
a crazy
Knife
you know,
dude.
cuts all over, scars from all the people he's
Classic
killed, and
Batman side character villain.
I
he just cuts people up and
He's in Batman Begins or Dark Knight. Christian Bale like talks to him or about him. Victor Zaz.
Oh,
Cuts himself for every victim. He has
yeah.
scars or whatever.
I briefly, vaguely.
He's just a very
remember that.
famous Batman character.
Huh.
There's not much to his character except
No.
that he's just crazy,
His wife
has
said
cuts
he
on him,
people.
and he just cuts people.
His wife's dead, you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. I think that's
Very
Yeah,
good
there's
at
a
carving
background.
faces off.
Yes.
Incredible.
Like he
Yeah,
looks
steady
like
hand.
he's practiced.
I think
Like, you know, it's not the first time he's done this.
You guys ever play like Arkham Asylum?
He's in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
great
backstory.
in
and-
that.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
A big, he has a bigger part in that. But I'm jumping.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought Birds of Prey was pretty fun.
Oh.
I thought it was
Hear
fun.
that?
I
I
did.
thought it was fun, but yeah, I agree with what you guys were saying earlier. Like, it could have been snappier. It could have been a bit more to it. I liked a lot of the action, but it didn't sort of. Maybe it's that I liked that it was R-rated because it sort of gave this sort of opportunity to do a little bit more. And there wasn't a ton of like crazy R-rated stuff.
No.
There was the face cutting, but they didn't like show it.
Yeah.
I
Per
thought
se.
Bruce eating that person was pretty fucked. Like leaving the limbs behind and somebody exploding.
Yeah,
It was
that
fucked.
I didn't want to say that.
The
but yeah,
explosion was pretty
I
fucked.
did.
I think
somebody
yeah.
explodes, but it wasn't like. It wasn't like I mean we saw what did we watch a couple weeks ago? We saw Starship Troopers. Like think about the gore in Starship Troopers,
Yeah.
right? Like that's R, right?
Yeah.
Like you didn't get a ton of
Yeah,
that.
it
Like
is.
this is still like it's violent and you get a glimpse of it, but it wasn't like
But for DC,
exploitative. Yeah.
with
Mhm.
DC's
couldn't
history
do it.
in getting cold feet, I
It was
forgot
nice,
to
it was
mention I love their commitment that they really committed to like a R-rated, like we're going full Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Like,
And they didn't
yeah.
do some stupid thing where it's like, oh, it's this all female, like it couldn't be violent or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like some stupid, like I don't know, some stupid reason. Like yeah, they can murder people and absolutely like destroy their limbs and
The
Beautiful.
beanbag
Eat
gun
people.
was brutal for me. Like I was like cringing, and I was like, oh.
Well,
like,
talking
but in a
cinematography,
sick way.
I love the shots of like following the beanbag, leaving the barrel,
Yeah.
like, just straight off the dome.
And the
People-
glitter
The
and the
Zack
like
Snyder
smoke.
The glitter
all
was
that,
beautiful.
It was all
the glitter
great.
bombs.
I love that.
There was a nice shot. I think it was it after the Ace, like chemicals, factory blew up where like there was, or maybe it was from the beanbag explosions. And there was like the colors behind her, like this haze,
And she walks
Yeah.
through.
and it was the same color as like her hair, and it just
Yeah, that was
matched.
the beanbag
Was
gun.
it the beanbags?
Yeah.
The colors.
I
The
did love the
colors.
colors.
Come on.
There
Wow.
were colors.
Yeah.
I
Overall,
liked them.
I just thought it was fine. Like it didn't blow me away, but I enjoyed it. I think I chuckled a couple times, but overall it was kind of fine. It felt a little bit like a TV show almost. Like it could have been a show.
Mm.
I don't know why I had that feeling. It's
I
kind
think
of a
like
weird thought.
well they're currently doing the animated Harley Quinn series on that
Mm.
DC app
Mm.
that nobody I know in real life has.
There's a DC app.
Perfect. Yes, there is.
I thought that company was bankrupt.
So did I. I don't know. It's like a DC streaming service with like only DC properties.
Mm.
Anyways, their only original program is that it's like a Harley Quinn R-rated animated series. Don't quote me. Pretty sure Margot voices Harley Quinn.
Was it
Really?
the same? Was it in the same animated style as like the beginning of this movie? How like she's,
Yes.
Is it that same? Okay.
Yeah. Apparently it's hilarious, and I don't know. This felt sort of like a animated cartoony thing.
I think I know why. I think the size of this movie is pretty small. Like it's still contained like within like Gotham, I guess,
You like that?
and which I like. But I think also just the characters are pretty like B-list, which is fine. Again, like you think of Guardians of the Galaxy, but because Harley Quinn, I guess, is kind of A-list now, but she's not like
Yeah.
on the
Because of
same
Margot.
level. I don't think. I mean, she is now, but in the past, she wouldn't have been on the same level as like Batman, obviously.
Look at every other
You
film
know,
they've done.
other
She hasn't
like
been.
big, yeah, true, but other like big like characters that you would assume like a Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
She's not on that level, but
No,
she's getting
she's not
there
A-list.
because of her, her clout nowadays.
Yeah,
in
for sure.
society,
Yeah.
she's gaining popularity.
Mhm.
But I think that's why it felt like a TV, like it could have been TV, is because of the characters and the small kind of scope of it,
Yeah.
which is fine for this movie. But
I
yeah,
agree with
overall, I
that.
just thought like like you were saying, Phil, when it did cut away from Harley Quinn, it missed for me.
I agree with that. That's a
Yeah.
very. I was
Like,
trying to
she
think
carried
why I didn't love
She
her.
did.
Yeah.
She really did.
I thought she did like some serious heavy lifting with her acting.
And think about Joker.
Yeah.
Joker stuck with
I don't want to think.
it stuck with him, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole movie, like it didn't cut to like other stuff really, like other story threads
Oh,
and
Joaquin.
other characters. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like think about Jared Leto.
No.
Yeah, I was
no,
like,
no,
wait,
don't think about that.
No,
Don't
never,
think about that.
no,
never think about
literally
that.
never do that.
Whereas in this film,
I
I
broke
think-
up with him too, Mr. J. We're done.
and because it is trying to set up this like team up thing, right?
Right.
So like it had to cut to different characters and different stuff, and yeah, it kind of took away from Margot Robbie's character, which is the most interesting one, right?
I was gonna say
her
like
journey.
that might be the flaw for me. Like, so we got her in this team movie with Suicide Squad. This is supposed to be her spin-off movie, but it's also another team building thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know, maybe if you put more focus on Harley, then and really gave her like a Harley Quinn movie,
Yeah,
maybe that would help.
I feel like Margot
But I do
Robbie
like
just
her.
wanted, and I can't speak for her, but I feel like it seemed like she wanted to bring all these like strong female like comic book characters to light.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that was her goal. It wasn't to do this like one person like showcase
Yeah.
like a Joker movie. It was like to bring these other characters and like do this like female led action movie, R-rated action movie, and kind of be like, yeah, fuck yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
kind
We're
of thing.
playing with the boys.
Yeah, I feel like that was her intent with this.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
I think that's why it sort of cut. But
Mhm.
I think
That's
like
true, yeah.
selfishly, I wanted it to be that Harley Quinn character study Joker type movie because we've just seen Joker and seen how good it is and just want more of that.
Mm-hmm.
But overall I thought it was fun. There were some good jokes. Yeah, I like Black Canary a lot. Her character, I don't know, like she was great.
Yeah,
Yeah, overall I thought it was pretty fine. There wasn't anything that I necessarily like hated.
yeah.
No.
you know?
That's saying a lot for me. Like,
There's
again,
nothing bad, like nothing
the
egregiously bad.
DCU track record is not good. So
Yeah.
it was maybe
I think it's a step in
expectations.
the right direction.
Yeah,
It's not. They haven't gotten worse.
that's saying something.
Like, they had that thing where it just goes.
I mean,
Yeah,
And
they
it's kind of
started-
like. Then we go.
They started
plateau.
here
Yeah.
and then they just slowly did this, right? And then they're trying to build it back up,
Uh-huh.
right?
This,
I think Joker's the pinnacle, obviously.
Yeah.
And then-
Well, I can't say that. I haven't seen it.
And then it's kind of this is a little bit of a step down, but it's still we're trending upwards with DC,
Yeah.
which I like.
Getting better.
Mm.
Yeah.
And like I
We
said,
got Batman. We got the Batman coming
oh
up.
yeah, get hype.
We got
I don't know what
Suicide
universe that's
Squad
in.
2.
We got Wonder Woman as well.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman 1984.
yeah.
It
so-
seems like whenever they do like a massive ensemble film, that's what's the detriment. Like that's what is the problem is those
Yeah,
big team up
you're right.
movies.
Yeah.
Because all the individual ones, well, not all of them, but a lot of them have been like Wonder Woman was fantastic.
Man of
who
Steel.
did Batman v Superman?
Snyder?
Zack Snyder
Yeah.
/ Joss Whedon, and then Justice League was Zack Snyder.
No, didn't he back
Other
out
way
of it?
around. Other way around.
Yeah, Joss Whedon.
BVS was just Snyder,
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Justice League was
Snyder
Whedon.
and Whedon.
took
Right.
over.
Yeah, I think it was Snyder. I think honestly, I just put on Snyder. Let's
That's sad.
just I don't know. It's the way he.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he can't do like ensemble comic movies.
It's too much
Yeah, he's
on
never
screen
done-
to handle.
I mean, Watchmen was amazing, but yeah. Let's do our ratings and we can get us some spoiler talk. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna go heavy 3.
I'm also gonna go heavy 3.
Oh,
I'm gonna go 3.
a 3.
Just a 3.
The DC 5.
Yeah.
Heavy 3. Heavy 3.
Damn, consistency.
Yeah. Hey. It's hard degree of difficulty.
Well,
think
let's
that's
get
good.
into some spoiler talk. I don't know how much there is to say, except it was nice to see Ewan McGregor explode.
Yes.
That was great.
I love
That's probably
that.
the biggest spoiler.
Very well done too.
I was like, whoa! I
Yeah.
loved it.
And I guess that I wish there were more stakes. Like in the beginning, how there was that Harley was kind of sad, and there was that sort of emotional element there. But then as it sort of went on, it felt like everyone was kind of invincible.
Mm-hmm.
Like there wasn't like I almost wish the cop character. I don't even know her name from the movie.
The cop
Rosie
character.
Perez.
Yeah,
That's her name for me. I have no idea.
I don't know. Like, I almost wish she like died or somebody died. Just one of the
Yeah,
characters that you
totally.
thought was a main character like dies.
Or
Yeah.
Huntress or
I'm
something
with
like
you.
that, like with her.
Like
reveal,
somebody
like-
dies and
yeah.
gives it some emotional weight or something,
Yeah.
and gave it something more instead of just like.
At the same
Bruce
time,
Wayne.
I also feel like I wouldn't have
Bruce.
cared though if someone had died. I'm like, well, like, you know,
Fuck
that's
them.
not a huge character that we've
What if
known to
Mary
grow and
Elizabeth
love.
Winstead died?
Scott, that's a different story. I would literally walk out of the theater.
Like, you got to set up that character that dies in a different way. Like, obviously you can't just like insert, they're one of those characters just dying in the final act. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it wouldn't have worked. Like, you got to set it up right. And
To me, it would have been like the Quicksilver effect. You know, it's like, oh, sure, he's gone, but did we really care because we didn't know him?
what might have worked if the Chinese restaurant owner.
That would've done
If he actually died, I was like, oh, for sure, she's gonna come across as like corpse.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's what I thought.
Right?
Love it.
Like
But
impaled
no,
on an arrow.
He's just like packing his van. He's
Business
like, what?
as usual. Gotta
Yeah.
go.
What?
I didn't like that
How is
part.
that possible? Like,
After that,
he should have died. That would have, because she had this relationship with his character, and he was supporting her. And
That
giving her
emotional
a place to
connection.
stay, and I would have had more weight.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
They kind of pulled their punches a little bit with that. I feel.
Or if they just come downstairs and his face was gone or something like that, like something
It was strung
messed
up, upside down, and
Yeah,
I didn't.
dismembered. That would have been great.
That was probably something else I didn't like, because when he's like, "Oh, I sold you out. It's just business, like whatever," and Harley Quinn's like, "Oh, right, it's just business. Like, sorry, kid, I gotta sell you. It's just business." You know. It was just,
yeah.
They were too
Like-
fine with it.
I was like,
Yeah.
I would have been pissed.
yeah.
Like, did he
Bizarre.
really need to get a bigger shop? Like, was that like? I feel like that it just there wasn't the motivation wasn't there.
Yeah, it was weird. I
It
think
was
we
a
can
weird
agree it was
trade-off.
weird.
A little bizarre. It's like,
Anyways,
Not telling you how to do your job, but
But you kind of are.
I will say, like, my
do
expectations
it better.
going into this movie were like not that high.
Mine
Like, I
were
did not
minimal.
expect this. I was like zero, slightly more than zero. And,
nothing.
I
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
think
Degree of difficulty.
like
I
I
know
don't
there's a
think
Birds of Prey show
No,
that's unwatchable. It had a pilot and was immediately
I can
canceled.
belive that. I just
Like a live action
Unwatchable.
one, or
yes,
when? What?
like I don't know, 5 to 10 years ago.
Really?
Wow.
Fucking watchable.
Did you try to watch it
Yes,
and you were unable
and I
to?
failed.
Unwatchable.
That's why I'm just like,
Like
Like
there
this
was an
3
actual
and a-
season that was filmed.
yes.
What?
This is like, that's why I'm like, this heavy 3 is like, the degree of difficulty should be like a 5.
Yeah.
Is this like a CW show though? Is this
I
like
think it was CW. Yeah. I think
okay? So it's like Green Arrow.
The Arrow, yeah.
Yeah,
Arrow.
there's that
Flash.
universe.
yeah.
They're trying to
Which is
set it up
shit.
as well. That is
I don't know
a
if that's
shit.
just. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
how many? It's been like 10 seasons. or
Very
something.
well liked.
People love
That
it.
whole shit box.
I think I just can't get
It's
over.
very
This is
shit.
a tangent, but I just can't get over how he looks
No, we're
nothing
here.
like the classic Green Arrow character
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked about this in years past.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't look like Robin Hood. He doesn't have the mustache and the
But he
fucking
makes up for
goatee.
it by being such a mediocre actor
He
as
just,
well.
he just looks. He looks like an NPC. Like
Like, Jesus.
Robbie Amell.
Yeah.
Stephen
Robbie
Amell.
Steven.
Robbie's the
That's the bro.
D-list bro.
Shouts out Canadian boys.
Sorry,
Let's
dude.
go.
What I was gonna say was, like, with no expectations and being like, this was fun, like it was fine, not great. I'm a little anxious for the other two superhero female-oriented movies coming out this late this year, with Wonder Woman 1984 and Black Widow. I'm like, okay, like this pleasantly surprised me. Like, are the other two gonna pleasantly surprise me,
know.
or am I gonna
That's
be
a
like,
lot.
this is gonna be not as good? I'm a little more optimistic.
I
for-
believe in
Wonder
Marvel.
I
Woman-
never thought of that, man.
Yeah.
That's,
Wonder
I didn't
Woman
know we
looks-
had that many.
I think Wonder Woman looks good.
I think Wonder Woman looks better than Black Widow, but Black Widow is Florence Pugh, so I might have to just love it more because it's
Yeah.
Florence Pugh,
Black Widow, I have faith
Florence
in
Pugh.
just simply because it's Marvel.
and they've done it before.
And it's going to be at least a heavy 3.
Yeah,
Minimum.
that's fair.
Yeah.
DC ceiling is
Yeah.
Marvel's basement.
Yeah.
The heavy 3.
Like it might be like, okay, yeah, like I'm talking about Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the performances were fine, and there were some funny moments, and there was some good action.
That's true.
To
Like
me,
I don't know why. Is
They
that
have-
crazy?
They have the
DC
recipe.
ceiling.
They're just changing the
It's-
ingredients of it.
Yeah.
it feels a lot like it's going to be like a Captain Marvel type film where it's like
Yeah.
they had to make it for a reason, like story wise,
Yeah.
more than they actually had to make it. You know what I mean? Like you watch Captain Marvel and there's not much. It's like, all right, well, I guess that explains some things towards the end, but in the full picture of it, you didn't need
It was
to
a
see
side.
this.
It was a side quest.
Yeah, which I feel like what Black Widow's going to be.
Yeah, it's a side quest.
It's like we have this female character. How are we gonna make the story good enough so that we can make a movie about her, rather than we have this amazing story?
How do we get the people? To
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not starting with a great story, which should be the foundation.
It's starting with a great character, and they're like, okay, how do we craft a
And
story?
someone to this movie's point, like somebody billable that like Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh, or like
the billable list.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They can same with Gal Gadot can also pull
Oh,
people
yeah.
into a movie. So it's gonna be interesting to see those two, and I am excited because little girls should have superheroes too. So
Yeah, for sure.
and
Yeah.
Do you
And
guys think
super
there'll be a
villain.
sequel to Birds of Prey?
Now you're asking the hard hitting questions.
Should DC put more money into this universe?
I'm gonna go
No.
with no. I don't think so, because I feel like it was very much like Birds of Prey and then Harley Quinn and this young girl. So like I don't know if they're gonna go back and visit or like bring them back in as like
Is Harley Quinn going to appear in Suicide Squad
That's
2?
what I was gonna
She
ask.
has to.
What is next for like Harley Quinn or the Birds of Prey or whatever? Is she? I'm pretty sure she's in the Suicide Squad. James Gunn's The Suicide Squad.
Not
I,
Suicide
honestly,
Squad
I don't
2.
know. I feel like I haven't heard anything,
Soft reboot.
but
quote unquote.
I feel like it's not the last time we've seen Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I think
it can't be. Well, we get the Captain Boomerang headshot in this film.
Which
right.
was interesting. Why
Very,
him of all?
very.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the lack of Joker in this? Can we talk about that?
Very
I mean,
nice.
We saw the side of his face, a glimpse. I didn't even think we were going to see that.
We saw the side of his what?
I was gonna say lack of. I was surprised by all the Joker references.
Yeah, true.
I thought
I
the
felt
J
that
word
way.
was gonna be like, no,
Yeah.
don't you dare.
Yeah,
We
But
saw
they
the
were
side of his
really
face?
interesting.
yeah. There was a
Yeah.
flashback kind of.
The
I'm
tattoo?
trying to remember when it cut back to that, but basically when Joker was like pulling her out of the like chemical
Oh
vat,
yeah.
and there was a shot of like her face.
Yeah, that's right.
and but there was also the side of Jared Leto's face.
I think meant Happy when he's like tattooing Happy's face.
that too.
It was like the back of like a stand-in.
But that wasn't. But whereas the shot
right.
Oh,
was
yeah,
literally lifted
literally.
from
The Suicide
Suicide
Squad.
Squad. But yeah,
Yeah.
there was the tattooing scene.
I'm 99% sure that she is confirmed for the Suicide Squad sequel reboot, as is Boomerang.
I did think it was weird that with all this like talk of Joker in the movie, that they didn't just have him do
Small
a
cameo.
Like that's why I thought that was weird.
They could be rebooting Joker.
Did you guys stay for the end credits?
No.
No, I did read. Did you say?
Okay,
I
so
did.
what?
Hit
Okay,
us.
So,
You're inside.
I left for sure.
Credits. The only reason is
Was
because
it end credits?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, because the the
Mid-
credits rolled,
Yeah.
and then the lights came on and the normal credits rolled. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm leaving.
Yeah. After the normal credits
Okay.
roll, it's black, obviously, and then it stays black, and you just hear Margot Robbie voiceover. And she's like, the thing about the Joker is and then it cuts, and that's it. There's no clips. There's no like visuals. It's just like she says that line, and it gets cut, and then
That's gotta tie in somehow.
and like that's what she basically. The thing about the Joker is he always, and then it just cuts. I was like, I was sitting there for like 10 seconds. I was like, okay, that's it. Like,
I feel like that's like Howard the Duck end credits. Like that means nothing.
Okay, well, check this out. I
Okay.
Googled sitting in the theater what the post-credits scene is, and let's just say they said it was not that. So I think we're getting a little Clue switcheroo ending style situation, because there are reports of people saying she says in their screenings, the thing about the Batman is, and then
Batman.
cuts. So
could have been,
there's like,
yeah.
The
both.
Batman.
Yeah.
You thought it was Joker.
I thought it was Joker.
No, I'm saying you're right. I'm saying
Yeah.
they're like,
I heard Joker.
depending which one you go
But-
to, you're getting two different,
Oh,
like Clue.
Interesting.
Like you're getting two different endings.
But it literally
I don't
like,
think she's gonna appear in the Batman.
cut mid
Neither do
sentence.
I.
I was like,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
If
what
they
that
do it
means.
right, she won't.
Yeah, I think they're just different universes. Like the
Yeah, if you're
Batman's
saying
gonna be a
fuck
different
it.
universe. Like the Batman's a different universe
I'd rather
than
that.
this,
I don't
and Joker is a different universe than this.
care. Fine.
It's just
I
like
don't care at all.
there's like a Suicide Squad universe, which this is in, obviously.
Unless they can somehow do like some sort of mixed universe thing where all of a sudden they literally pull what
Flashpoint.
yeah, they pull what they want. Like you pull the Joaquin Phoenix Joker out. You pull, Robert Pattinson's Batman. Like you just
I guess it can
pull-
work if you do Flashpoint. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
They do maintain Ezra Miller. Recently was asked about Flash. He says we are doing Flashpoint.
they're like, what are they on their 5th director now?
Development hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Development hell.
They're
but
probably bringing in some new writers to work on the script again.
the writer of this movie, she has been tapped to write Batgirl and Flashpoint.
Right, the Joss Whedon Batgirl, that's also in development hell.
Not Joss
Interesting. A
Whedon.
lot of interesting things to look out for from DC going forward, but I think that'll do it for our review of Birds of Prey. Phil, where can people find you?
Find me on Letterboxd at Wicked Swami.
Good spot.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Up Real Late Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at Up Real Tie.
Oof.
I went through and I
Great
watched some
job.
old clips, and that's what I used to say.
You can find me on Twitter at Franny25 and Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
Find myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at UpRealScott as well. If you enjoy this video, leave a like on it, leave a comment below in the comment section, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And as always, keep it real.